covering Emo Kids. Amanda and Rob here at the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. And on today's episode, we are very lucky to have the infamous LØLØ joining us today. She has a new album coming out in April. You probably heard some of her tracks already. 007, Me Without a Shirt On, American Zombie. Those are some of the new songs off of her album. And we got a chance to sit down and chat with her about all things Canadian, Warped Tour, and of course the album
She was
itself.
just announced for the Warped Tour.
Yeah, she was. Amazing,
Wow.
right?
So wild. So cool. Congratulations, LØLØ. It was a great time, huh, Amanda?
It was.
I've been trying to tell you, Canadians aren't so bad. They're not, okay?
I mean, I'm doing a show with you, so I guess this is true.
That's no, LØLØ was a great time, and you know, I'm very excited to see how her album release goes. Nice to reminisce with a fellow Canadian turned Los Angelino who also doesn't care for cold weather and the like. I think you people will enjoy this LØLØ interview. But before we get to that, do us a favor, toss us a follow, subscribe to the pod, hit us up on Instagram, Emo Kids Anonymous, on TikTok, Emo Kids Anonymous Podcast, and Emo Kids Clips. TikTok, Emo Kids Anon Pod. Just do that stuff. I say it a lot. EmoKidsAnonymous.com, NeverPhaseNetwork.com. Obviously, we talk about Protege a lot on here. Okay? You know, in the episode you just watched last Wednesday that we haven't technically recorded yet, so man is confused, we just announced a Protege giveaway, so go over, enter it, or you enter it here. We'll figure that, I don't know. By the time you're watching this, it'll be announced. Anyways, you enter Emo Kids at checkout on Protege.com. You get your first bottle of Protege for $10. After that, you're like, hey, Rob, you did that first hits free trick, you know, like you did me like a crack dealer. No, I didn't. Because I'm coming through for you once again. After you get your first bottle, every bottle after that, you enter Rob40 at checkout. You get 40% off.
That's beautiful.
That's a great deal, right? That's a really nice deal.
Yeah, that is a good deal.
Passing the savings on to you, the consumer with the face that needs fixing sometimes. Everyone's face needs a little fixing.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, God forbid a boy spits out his feelings, right? That's what they say.
God forbid a boy. Yes, of course. That is what they say. Yes.
That's what they say. Our friend LØLØ, I believe, has a new record coming out in April called God Forbid a Girl Spits Out Her Feelings. Comes out April 17th. We talk about that and much more here. So enjoy our conversation with LØLØ.
I sent you a picture of me with no shirt on, just underwear.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Hey, LØLØ.
Can hear you great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
Okay, amazing. Because for a second I wasn't sure if my headphones were working. So,
oh no, they're perfect.
Oh, you're golden.
Yeah.
Thank you for
how's it
joining
going?
us.
Good. How are you doing?
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you
Pretty
jumping
good.
in here when you're, you have some recordings going on. So thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to have you on.
It's all good.
Yeah.
There's
But
a lot going on in
Thank
the
you for
world of
having me.
LØLØ, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot. There's always a lot.
Yeah. Well, tell us about some of the stuff that's going on. So obviously you have your new record coming out in April. God Forbid a Girl Spits Out Her Feelings, which I got to say so far, every single that you have released on there for me has been such a pleasure to listen to. Like I have Me With No Shirt On, like
Thank you.
in my head, like on repeat. You have no idea. It's such a great song. Oh, my gosh.
God.
And 007, your
yeah,
new
thank
one.
you.
It's fantastic. License to Kill. Excellent. Yeah, so we definitely want to talk about the new album and just talk about, what you have going on this year in terms of, I know we have maybe some Warped Tour discussions and things like that.
Yeah, I heard a lot of rumors yesterday going around the world.
A lot of rumors.
The wire.
I know, I was I think I was a crossword clue yesterday.
You
I was
you
like,
were
oh
a
my
crossword
God.
clue, yeah.
I've never been in a crossword. How was that? Was that your first time being in a crossword puzzle?
That was my first time being in a crossword puzzle. It was very
Sick.
cool, honestly. I just started getting tags and I was like, oh, what's going on? And I really liked my clue. I don't know, can I say that it was about me? I mean, it was. It's funny, I commented, I was like, is this play about me? But yeah.
I guess you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, it's so funny. I was like trying to look through the comments being like, are people going to be like, no way, that's LØLØ? But no, everyone was just like, yeah, that's LØLØ. No one was fighting it or questioning it. They were just like, yeah, breakup bops. That's LØLØ. So I
Yep.
like that.
Yeah. It's good to be known for something, right? So like now people are recognizing you and
Yeah.
recognizing your brand, which I think is amazing. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the album. So I know it's been, your first one came out in 2024, so this is your second album. And you said you want to be, back then, it was about being a robot, turning off your feelings, and this time around you want to be messy and scary and just embracing the really uncomfortable parts of being human. And I got to ask, as someone like myself who has trouble with like embracing the messy parts, how do you, when you start bringing that out in your journals, how do you go ahead and start making that into music and getting yourself in the mental headspace to want to share that with the world?
It's funny because I don't even know. Like, I think you just start doing it and then it gets easier. Like, I remember when I first became an artist, or before, when I first like wrote a song, before that, the thought of like sharing my feelings with other people terrified me. It grossed me out. It made me want to throw up, gave me anxiety. I literally used to like I wrote in a diary since I was a little kid, and I actually just have memory of me ripping up the pages because I was scared my mom was going to come in and read it because she's just like that. She totally would. And so I would always rip it up and stuff. And so the thought of getting my feelings out there to other people, I was like, yeah, no, that's not in the cards for me. Like, that's not something I would ever want to do. And now I do it for a living and people pay me for it, which is great. So it's just it's so funny. It's very funny to me, but I think that once you start doing it, it's kind of just like a snowball effect. And now I like do it too much. I'm a chronic oversharer and sometimes it gets me in trouble, but here we are.
Hey, there's nothing wrong
LØLØ,
with that.
speaking of your music career, first off, side note tangent, can I ask you a question that's going to sound dumb?
For
How do
sure.
I spell your name on my computer? How do I make the O with the circle?
How do you do it? So
Yeah.
basically you, I think you could just hold down the O and it pops up and like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Like on
5,
my
6,
phone?
7, 8. On your
think
phone, you
so.
could just hold down
Because
the
it's the
O.
same way on my phone. Like, I'm like, okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, so I think that you can hold down the phone. I don't want to like do something right now.
You're
No,
good,
you're
you're
You'll
good.
exit the Zoom.
Thank
I'm
you.
a technology queen.
I realize this is
but
probably a question that people are, the other journalists are probably afraid to ask this, but I have like, because on my phone I can do it fine, but I was like, how do I type this? Like,
yeah, and you could also do Shift O.
Huh.
And it
There you
will
go.
it'll come up as options. I think it's 6 or 7. It used to be 6, and I think it switched to 7 or
Thank you
something.
very
7 or
much.
8.
I'm
But
really
Thank
hold
glad
you.
that
up,
my
you'll see.
10-year-old's not in this right now and hear you say 6, 7 because it would be a whole thing.
Oh God, yeah.
So, little lore drop. I'm actually like an old LØLØ hipster fan. Actually, like I was a fan in like I want to say like 2021 or so.
No
The
way.
the Overkill EP with like Lonely and Pathetic and stuff like that. I really, really, really loved that.
Oh my God, thank
And
you.
I felt like over to the full length and stuff, your sound changed and it kind of shifted from that. What would you say maybe to the old fans that are like, hey, LØLÖ's changed, and does it fucking matter what, like a 36-year-old man thinks about the LØLÖ song necessarily? Is it just like, this is my journey, deal with it, or is it this is something for everyone still?
Yeah, I mean, I think from Overkill to now, I can definitely hear a shift. I mean, I think that like my stuff was like a little like dirtier and heavier when I first started, and I'm kind of going more towards like my roots of singer-songwriter like I think that this is the thing. Like I love both, and I actually prefer to sing, the lonely and pathetics and the junkies and stuff when I think that was on Overkill, or maybe that was on the second one. What else was on Overkill? Anyways, I like singing the OGs live because it's so much fun and I'm jumping around and everyone's screaming but I don't know. I think no matter what, I always used to get that like I'm too pop for punk, or
Yeah.
all of these comments, and so I feel like I've just started embracing them and being like, you know what?
Sure.
I am gonna be a little too pop for punk. Fuck it, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm still gonna play Warped Tour. So
That's
I hope
right.
you come to the set. But yeah, I
Sure.
mean, I think that pop rock or any of these genres. It's such a wide range, like, because, you know, Green Day is considered pop rock, and so is Michelle Branch. So I feel like I've kind of just been slowly going closer to Michelle Branch.
I was going to say,
great.
you're kind of in your Michelle Branch era here.
I think for this album, I'm in my era of Michelle Branch, Ashley Simpson.
Oh, I love that.
Honestly, when I was little, I thought Hilary Duff was the biggest rock star besides Billie Joe Armstrong. So mix the two together, have a baby. LØLØ.
And it's LØLØ.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Speaking of growing up, I'm under the impression you grew up in the GTA.
I did.
Okay. And am I also, not to dox you, but I'm under the impression you probably live down in the general part of America now that I live in, California area now?
I'm there right now.
As a fellow, yes, Canadian turned Californian, what do you miss about Canada?
I'm like, anything? As of now, it's like so snowy there, and I'm like, it was in a bikini yesterday. Honestly, well, the thing is, I still really go back and forth a lot. Like,
Okay.
I'm such a family person that I could not be away from my mom for like more than a month. So I kind of am like a month on, a month off, plus touring. So that kind of like jumbles it all up. But when I am here, I really miss pizza in Canada.
Wow.
I love the creamy garlic dipping sauce. I fantasize about it all the time. So yeah, I guess just like the Canadian restaurants and food. And I do like that in Canada, everyone is so nice. Not that everyone's not nice here, but it is definitely a different vibe. I mean, I actually just went to the dentist the other day in LA, and they were just like, "Oh my God, your teeth are so yellow! Like, oh my, you have chips everywhere. What's going on?" And I'm like,
"What?"
Like I hold them.
I'm really.
I hold a microphone. I hold a microphone, so like, my teeth are like they're. I mean, they
look
think
great
they look
to me.
great,
Look.
But they have some chips, and I'm just like not really fixing them because I've fixed it before, and then literally the next day with the microphone again. But they were like, "Oh my God, you need veneers. This is like an emergency," and I'm like. I don't think I need veneers, but so that's kind of what I miss about
LØLØ,
Canada.
That's how they sold me
love
veneers.
About LA.
Yeah, I get it.
See, so you're a Canadian also, and they were like, "Fuck!" They were like, "Oh my God, you're ugly
Easy
Canadian
mark.
teeth."
Yep.
Easy mark. But you know what? But no. So that's what I don't like about the like whole LA. Like need to look perfect and tanned and you know all of the beauty standards. I feel like in Canada people are way more chill. You know, so I miss that.
Yeah.
I like that. I grew up in Alberta, so it wasn't quite as chill as the other places.
Okay.
A little,
Got
a little rougher. But in general, I agree. And the food thing too. I tell people down here, like the average Canadian, like bar, grill, pub, like you'll get better food there than you will anywhere here. I don't know what it is. So I'm happy you confirmed my conspiracy. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Thank
Well,
you.
as someone who's not from California, I think all dentists are just mean because all of my dentists are always been mean. They're the least favorite doctor for me. Like, I would rather go to the gynecologist every day over the dentist. I do not like the dentist.
I know, I don't like the dentist either. And I feel so bad for dentists because no one likes the dentist. And so that can't be an easy thing to live to, you know, knowing that no one wants to be there.
Yep.
So.
My dentist is really nice to me, but I also mentioned the veneers. I probably paid for her new office, so like that's it's a different thing.
I'd like it too.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, back to the new LØLØ record. Back to So you make music.
I'm such a tangent person. Don't get me started.
Don't worry. This train does not have tracks.
Yeah, typically not. So. You know, we're talking about singer-songwriters and a lot of female singer-songwriters. If you could have like a dream lineup that you could be a part of like all of your favorite female singer-songwriters, what would that lineup look like? Let's say if it was like a one-day festival of all of our favorite.
Like a New Age LØLØ Lilith fair?
Yeah, a New Age LØLØ Lilith fair that of all the women that represent your songwriting and who's influenced you over the years. What would that look like?
Okay, that's a really cool question. Okay. Avril Lavigne, Hilary Duff, Ashley Simpson, Michelle Branch, Alanis Morissette.
God, yes, Alanis.
Julia Michaels, Taylor Swift.
What a fucking lineup.
Yeah.
No, I want
What a
this.
lineup.
Yeah. With LØLØ, of course. That whole lineup right
Boy
there.
Genius, Boy Genius, Boy
Boy
Genius. They're
Genius,
there
yeah.
too.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, cannot forget them.
That's a fantastic
That's a
lineup.
great festival. Jesus.
is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, that's kind of, we should do it, honestly.
We
I was gonna
should.
say I would
I was
like to
saying.
get in on the booking of this. Yeah, I
Same.
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great picks.
Thank you.
You mentioned Taylor Swift. I remember you had this really cool recreation of Betty back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And that was super cool. And I remember that. One thing I missed though from this era where I was very, very, hyper fixated on LØLØ's music, I missed this Dancing in the Dark cover until about literally 20 minutes ago. I knew about it recently.
No way.
For some reason, Bruce Springsteen is I wish this man was my dad, and I really like my dad.
He loves Bruce
But I also
Springsteen.
believe Bruce Springsteen has like a bit of a pop punk emo edge to him, to some degree in spirit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, honestly, I would agree with that. And it's funny because the Dancing in the Dark cover, I made it at the same time as like my very first EP, that it was like totally a different sound. And I think if I made it today, the cover, it would sound so different. So it's just, whenever I think about that cover, I'm like, I like it, but it's also like so different than what I feel like I do. And so it's interesting because obviously it did really well. And I actually ended up selling the master ownership for that to pay for one of my tours. So it's done great. It's done great things for me. Yeah, it was in Ginny and Georgia recently, and I didn't even know about that. They didn't even have to ask me because the company that bought it, I guess, put it in. Everyone's
There you
tagging
go.
me, and I'm like,
Beautiful.
God, Dancing in the Dark. It's just the gift that keeps on giving.
Beautiful,
So, shout out,
beautiful
Bruce.
song. It's yearner at heart, just like
It
a lot of
really is.
emotion to it. It's
Yeah,
emo adjacent. I like that.
for sure.
Yeah.
If you could have your music in any TV show, I mean, obviously now it's been in Ginny and Georgia. Where would you want your music to be in, and what song particularly? I don't know. Maybe you've ever thought about it, like Heated
Ooh.
Rivalry, like something.
Oh my God. That would be so good. God, I mean, I always really wanted like any of my slow sad songs in a scene of like, I used to be obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. This is like, I haven't watched it in years because I feel like it just kept going. And I was like, this is too much. But, How to Save a Life kind of type moment would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, all of my favorite shows, first of all, they're kind of older. Well, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones are like my top 2 favorite shows.
Beautiful.
And I think my music would be so fucking weird in either of the... Like, I'm like, do those shows even have music? Like, does Game of Thrones does not have music?
Yeah.
Randomly, Ed Sheeran was in that one
that
episode,
was it.
but
Just Ed
no
Sheeran. Yeah.
music. Yeah. And then Breaking Bad, like...
I'm
I
trying
guess
to.
Breaking Bad has music.
Yeah, there could be a scene
Yeah.
like maybe Sky, like it could be
like
playing at the car
making
wash.
math till you turn me on, but you give me depression or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm sure someone's going
Yeah.
to break up with someone at some point in
Classic.
the show. So there we go.
I thought you were going to say, I'm sure someone's making math till you turn me on, but you give me
Yeah, yeah.
depression.
There might also
Honestly,
be that.
yeah.
Like,
Any meth
The
cookers out
chances
there?
aren't 0. That's the crazy
Yeah,
thing.
it's true.
Chances are not 0.
oh boy.
There's a
Incredible.
chance.
I'm sorry to your publicists who are just like, fuck.
Oh my
The
God.
meth, off the meth talk. like,
Yeah. My publicist is like, hey guys, so I want to start talking about media training for LØLØ.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got to, Amanda was telling me before this started that you, back in the day, bought a cameo from Simple Plan.
No, her friends.
Yes. Well, I didn't buy one. My friends got it for
Okay,
me for
okay.
my birthday
Yeah.
because they knew that I loved Simple Plan that much. So it was a surprise. I didn't know that it was coming. And in the cameo, Pierre says, hey, I think he calls me Lauren. Hey, Lauren, like, I heard that you're also a Canadian pop punker. And I just want to say that, like, I'd love to hear your music someday. And maybe if you work hard and do your best, like that, maybe one day I will hear it. And then I ended up touring with them. So manifesting in its purest form. I was like, this is crazy.
That is beautiful.
Sick.
You got to be on stage with
He
them.
heard my
record.
music.
Yeah, that's insane.
what was
Literally
the
so many things with
yeah?
them. It's crazy.
Well, like especially as a Canadian, like Simple Plan and like Avril, like they're big here, but in Canada, like they are like
Like
it, those are like
the
the biggest.
biggest.
It's Green Day up there, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And you, it's a situation where it's like, you know, don't meet your heroes, don't meet your idols.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of became like peers with your idols. What's something
It's
about
so
those
weird.
guys that people would be surprised about? As someone that, you know, you got to like hang out with them. They probably
Yeah.
let their guard down around you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Who's
the
the
things I
who's the
know.
real
Just kidding.
Pierre? Yeah, who is this
Yeah,
guy?
yeah. No, the funny thing is, they're so not like. We kept joking, like me and my band and my content girl. We're just like, they're just like a bunch of silly dads, which is crazy. Like they literally just are silly dad energy. They're so not. I guess like what people would be surprised about them is like, I mean, maybe people think that like, you know, like all these like famous musicians are like could be like a diva or a
Mhm.
party animal or like, you know, crazy or whatever, but they're just like the nicest, sweetest, most normal guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess, I mean, I don't want to say that was surprising, but I feel like when you just listen to someone's music and you put them on such a pedestal, you're like, oh my God, you are a god. But like, you know, and you must be this and you must be that. You must be crazy. And like, I'm sure tour is like crazy and partying, whatever. And it's like, we were all in bed like the second the show ended. There's the sweetest people, so understanding, so patient. And it weirds me out sometimes that I'm like, those are my friends. Those
Yeah.
are my friends now. Like, what the hell? It doesn't make sense to me. I've actually met a lot of my idols that I grew up listening to. And it's just very, my brain like won't accept it because I put everyone on such a pedestal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now that I'm like, oh, I have these people's phone numbers,
That's
or I mean, not
wild.
everyone's, but or I met them at a bar and I did this, and they follow me on Instagram, and I'm like, no, I just want. It doesn't
It's
make
sick.
sense. So
It's
so
cool.
no, can't accept it.
Still unreal.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Especially like, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I mean, obviously like from a larger area than, you know, middle of nowhere Alberta, but it's like Canada still like feels like a very far away place, you know.
Yeah.
These things seem a lot more like growing, like living in LA here. I can see how a kid here, the idea of becoming a rock star or something isn't as crazy as it is up there.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah,
really,
true.
you manifested that shit. That's pretty impressive.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you've gotten to like get to know them and stuff. Have they imparted any wisdom on you that has helped you with your, you know, thought process of your own career or anything like that? I'm sure they've, you know, they had their documentary, right? They've seen it all. They've done it all. And, you know, have you had interactions or like discussions with them about, you know, what to expect or what, you know, they might think you should be doing or vice versa or what things like that?
Yeah, I mean, they gave me so much wisdom, honestly. And I think it's funny because they also are a band that is in, you know, in the scene in my
Mhm.
genre that like people are often like, oh, this is too pop, or like, you know, like
Exactly.
they talk about in their documentary about like
Mhm.
people throwing like water bottles full of
Mhm.
pee at them, which is insane.
Gosh, that's
God forbid
wild.
that ever happens to me. I will jump on someone and start killing. Like I if someone threw pee on me, I don't care who they are, I would jump off the stage and attack. And so
Just
I
throw
don't
'em
I don't know
those.
how they could just like, yeah, oh my God, and I would cry. Like I would be a disaster.
Yeah.
But anyways, so they're you know, they're kind of a band that's like that too. And so I feel like I really relate to that because people often think that I'm like too pop or don't belong on the scene or whatever, all of these things. Also, I recently had a vocal injury, and when I posted about it on Instagram, Pierre texted me and he was like, "Don't worry, like we all go through this. I've been through this." And he sent me the nicest message and it made me feel so much better. And I was just like, God, they're so nice. Like,
How do you feel now after the how long ago was the surgery?
the surgery was exactly 6 weeks ago. I just looked at my calendar and I saw the six week mark. I'm feeling a lot better. However, I still am not perfect, but I'm very close to being there. So yeah, I'm talking again, which is great. I had a long time of vocal rest and not being allowed to talk. I'm in speech therapy now, and so I'm practicing like talking in more of this present voice rather than like I have to make sure I don't talk down here, which is like my natural like what I want to talk like with vocal fry.
Interesting.
So I have to like keep reminding myself to talk up here. But it's okay because it's kind of my interview voice anyways. Like I feel like when you're having an interview or, you know, working at a store or something, you kind of like automatically put this voice on.
That's great.
Because you don't want to sound tired. So
No, that makes sense. Yeah. I think I go a little bit higher when I'm doing things like this versus when I'm just talking to like
versus like talking to your mom.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah. But
That's
I'm glad
great.
you're feeling better. Yeah. I'm glad it's going well.
Thank you.
Of course.
Was there a bit of oh, this is like a therapist moment. Was there like a bit of fear going into this? Because like, again, it's a fairly routine thing in the world of, you know, vocalists, but like, it's scary, you know? Was there a moment that you're kind of like,
oh yeah,
fuck,
oh
this might ruin my career. I can't do this, you know?
I was literally crying to my managers, to my boyfriend. Like, I just, like, was crying to everyone, being like, my career's over. What if I never sing again? Like, what if they mess up the surgery and, like, nick something and I'll never be able to sing? And, like, oh, my God, I'm going to have to, like, go get a job somewhere else. And, like, I'm not qualified for anything. like, just freaking out. And everyone was like, you need to relax. Like, this is fine. This happens to so many people. It happened to Adele, and she went back out there, you know, like, and she has like the best voice in the world. So it can happen to you. You'll be fine. So that helped me feel better. Just the support of my team and my friends and my family.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
I love it. So with the new album coming out, what are you most excited about now that it's, you know, we're almost there? I mean, obviously it's now February. We have a couple months away. What are you most excited about your fans hearing?
Well, I'm just excited for them to hear, like, because I don't think it's such a big departure, but it definitely is a step in a different direction a little bit. I think my lyrics, you know, make it consistent, and they all still sound like LØLØ songs, and I don't think anyone is going to be like, oh my God, this is so crazy different. And I think I'm building it up more in my head even about like how different it is. I don't think it's that different when I really think about it, even though sometimes I stress out and I'm like, what if no one likes it? Like, what if it's, oh my God, should I just keep doing like what, you know, the overkill was? But I'm excited for everyone to hear it. I'm excited to hear what they think. And most importantly, I'm excited to tour it because I feel like when I perform it live, it really like puts a new feeling behind it, and I discover more things about the song, you know, when I'm working at the live arrangements and stuff. And sometimes there'll be a song that like wasn't my favorite, and all of a sudden it's my favorite to perform live. So I'm excited to experience that, and then also to see like what the fans like online or like what the fans like live, because that's always different too.
That's true.
Yeah. The response on certain songs will be different too, but like it's you know, they're songs are your babies, and now you got to like leave the hospital and bring them to the world. And it's like, oh, what if they get bullied? But most of these people the LØLØ fan base seems to be pretty devoted. And
honestly, I have like the best fans. They're all so nice. Like I don't have any mean fans. So
that's good.
I think that's good. All my fans are just like, I feel like they remind me of me.
Oh, I love that.
Do we have a name for like the LØLØ fans? Because I was like tossing a couple around in my head yesterday. What are they though? I feel like
so we've been calling the LØLØ fans like the low lifes.
Low life. Okay. Nice.
Because it's like low lifers, like, you know, they're LØLØ fans for life. But then it's also like a play on words, obviously, of a low life, like of a loser. Because I used to call my fans the dumb. I feel like they started calling themselves the dumb bitches because of Lonely and Pathetic.
That's great, though.
Which I think is so funny. And I also I sell hats that say dumb bitch on them. Beautiful. Which is the bestseller always on tour.
Rob, you need one.
Because I like.
I was gonna say I am so going to grab
we gotta put the power back into dumb bitch.
Exactly.
So I think low life is better. You know, they're both. It's funny they both sound negative, but it's not.
Right, yeah.
It's not negative. It's not.
And I thought of Lolo or Lolo Locos or Lo Locos, and I was like, oh, that might
That's
be
funny.
insulting because of the mental health thing. And we got over here, we got fucking low lifes and dumb bitches. So like, mine's not so bad.
No,
Yours isn't. There's literally nothing that can insult me. It's so funny. Like, yeah. I mean, unless you throw pee on me,
that
no.
would be terrible.
That would not gonna lie, that would get me going. But no, I don't really get like insulted by things. I have a really good sense of humor, so I'm always laughing.
That's good.
As speaking of, as a fellow Canadian that grew up on Canadian TV, we also should mention that a lot of shows were better comedy-wise as well. I mean, you probably grew up in a different era of YTV and stuff as well. Was there any sort of like Canadian media that was big in Canada? Because this is because I lived back and forth growing up. So stuff would be huge in Canada. And then you'd come here and nobody would know what the fuck it was, kind of thing. Like, it blew my mind the first time I heard Avril down here and was like, oh, you guys know Avril Lavigne, but you don't really know Fifi Dobson? Like, you know.
Oh
so
my
is
God,
there
I
any...
love Fifi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big Shiny
show-wise,
Tunes
I'm trying
core,
to think.
yes.
I'm trying to think like what show. I don't even know what show we had in that they wouldn't have is the thing. Trying to think. I mean, like I wasn't. Oh no, wait. Americans had Degrassi. I was gonna say I wasn't really into Degrassi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think actually
Degrassi
Americans.
more here than we did.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We were really big into Degrassi. Yeah.
Yeah, and for us it was just like, Degrassi.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Instant Star? Did you ever see Instant Star?
Oh
my God! Wait. Okay, good.
Wait. Okay. Was that here? Was that in the U.S.?
I don't know. I saw it. Cause the actress, I don't remember her name, but I saw something else, which could not be made today. Very inappropriate, but.
I was gonna say, I think that show was like the root of like why I always went for older men.
Beautiful.
Like literally, it gave me like a fetish of that. Like, I love that show. I was obsessed with that show. There's only 2 shows that I like ever purchased on iTunes.
Yep.
Let's just like not rent, but, like purchase Instant Star every single season and Grey's Anatomy up until the plane crash. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So wow, Instant Star, you just brought me back. Okay, so want to know something really crazy?
Go ahead.
Alex Johnson, the star, Jude,
that's
Instant Star.
Mm-hmm.
She once made a competition, and she was like, whoever covers because she's an artist, like just putting out regular music. She's like, whoever covers my song the best can come sing it with me at Hotel Cafe in LA. And there was no like, I'm gonna fly you there. It wasn't anything like that.
Oh.
It was just for people that can make it there. Anyways, I remember like being like bored at home or something, and my mom was like, you should enter, just like try. Because she was thinking, well, she's not gonna win, so who cares? Like whatever. And I won. And so then my parents had to like fly me out to LA, and like I was like, I never traveled alone.
Wow.
They sent me with my boyfriend at the time, actually, and we went, and I sung it at Hotel Cafe with her, and it was really, really cool.
And
that was the first time that I was, yes, and that was the first time that I like, you know, I didn't even have in-ears. Like I think I just sung with monitors. Yeah, and I wouldn't even know what in-ears were. So that was crazy, and yeah, that was my first LA experience ever.
Your first time playing a venue in LA was fucking Hotel Cafe.
That's
as a
so
teenager from Canada. Yeah, that's like
just for that one song, and it was with the girl from Instant Star.
Alex Johnson.
I forgot. You just brought that memory back. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the two teen dramas that I always like go back to that I liked from Canada were those two. Even though every time I think about Instant Star, it's actually on Prime Video now, so I was rewatching it, and I was messaging with a friend. I was like, ooh, this producer's like 20-something. Is she 16? I mean, that was okay, I guess, in 2004, but maybe.
Well, no, but I mean, it wasn't, but they made it, he knew it wasn't okay on the show.
Yeah,
I think they didn't have sex until she was 18.
Yes.
Which is the age of consent in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I hated how it ended. I hated that they didn't end up together, and she like chose music at the time. But now I'm like, good girl, like choose music. But I'm like, why couldn't he have just come with her? But at the time I was like, why didn't she choose the guy over music? They were so in love.
I know. It never makes sense.
Has there ever been a moment in Lolo's career where, or not even career, personal life, where there was a fork in the road where a man maybe tried to make you choose him or the music?
Well, interesting. Maybe. I
There's
mean,
got to be
not
some insecure
choose, but
motherfuckers out there.
yeah. I mean, no one was ever like choose, but I think that from some people I dated that I was like not comfortable for them to date me while I like put myself really out there on the internet, you know, whether it be like in song lyrics or in crazy outfits or something that I think is too scandalous or yeah, or just the idea of like, okay, well, when's it time to like get a real job and do something that can support yourself? Because of course, like until you're really successful in music, it's not necessarily a moneymaker. It's more of a passion thing. But yeah, I have had things like that. And then I've had the opposite where I date people in my band, so
Yeah.
which probably also isn't good. So
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac.
can never
really
get
not
it right.
supposed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Maybe
not
no
supposed to
doubt.
do
Yeah,
that.
there's a couple of them out there.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah, yeah.
There's a few of
We're-
them out there.
Life is about learning lessons, you know?
That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's true. Very much so. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Wait.
What is so we are playing the Warped Tour, I believe, this year. There's some I mean, you're in a crossword. Yeah, I mean, I'm yeah, we
When
can't
does this
confirm or
come out?
deny
When does this
until
come out?
this comes out Friday. Yeah, I don't you're yeah.
Oh. Yeah, not playing. Not playing. I don't know why I was
Not
in the
playing.
crossword.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Kevin Lyman. What a
Fucking Kevin,
weirdo.
right?
So
This
weird
guy, I
because
don't know.
you and the starting line, but they were just announced. It's so weird that you wouldn't be playing.
That's
not
so
weird.
weird. So I think
Coincidences
they're
do
doing
happen.
that. I think they're doing that to like confuse people. You know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
They're throwing off sense,
But
which
we'll
I
s-
respect a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see like after the interview comes out, like the day
What
after.
happens?
I guess
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Yeah. But the
Maybe
day of
this
the
interview
interview.
will conveniently come out Monday. Then we can wait for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
This comes out Monday now. Looks like the plans
Yep,
changed.
I'm
for you.
playing Warped Tour.
Sick. There we
That's
go.
exciting.
There we go.
Uh,
As
as
you're
the
listening to
D-
this, Monday, the day after the Super Bowl.
Oh
Great game.
yeah. Oh my God.
Lots
Who's
of
gonna
great
win?
things.
Who's gonna
Great
win?
halftime show. It already happened, Lolo. It happened.
Oh my God. I
yesterday.
can't believe they won.
I
That's
don't- yeah.
crazy. I didn't think
Yeah.
so.
who knew?
I couldn't even tell you who's playing in it. I just tried to be like, I hope the whatever's win, but then I was like,
Right,
I
yeah.
actually don't know.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's the Patriots, but
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, yeah.
Seahawks, isn't it? The
Yeah.
Seahawks,
yeah,
Seahawks, and the
there we
Patriots.
go.
Yeah,
Close enough to
Is
Canada.
that it? Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They're both close.
Both of them are close enough
Okay.
to just opposite sides of Canada.
What was your experience like playing last year? I mean, I imagine that same thing where it's a dream come true and you get
Oh my
to
God.
do it.
Yes, I was so nervous though, and I don't really get nervous for shows
Mm-hmm.
anymore. I used to, but not anymore. But I was so nervous for Warped Tour because I was just scared. Oh my God, I guess people just scare me. Like I feel like people that are like so devoted to Warped Tour and like the scene, and then sometimes I get so scared that I'm like, oh my God, do I fit in their perception of what the scene is and what Warped Tour should be? Like I know it's such like a iconic festival, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do I belong here? I always get scared, like, do I belong here? And are people? I've had a drink thrown at me before, not with pee, thank God. But
Whew.
ever since then, it was definitely a trauma for me. We've just talked about this in therapy last week.
I'm sorry
Oh, it
that
was
we have
definitely-
uncovered this. Yes.
No, it's so
fucked
good.
up.
I just started therapy because I have had my throat thing and I haven't been able to write songs.
Yeah.
And so I've needed another outlet, so I started that. But anyways, I've had a drink thrown at me, and it was at like a rock festival, and so I'm always kind of scared what people are gonna think. Like, do I belong here at the core of it? So I was really nervous to the
Yeah.
point where every time I thought about Warped Tour, like I felt like I couldn't breathe. But then it went so well, thank God. So once I got out there. Oh, also, wait, then I'm talking so much. I heard that I was playing like at 1 or something, and I was like, oh, thank God, no one will be there. I don't need to be nervous anymore. But then I got out on stage, and oh yeah, it was 12:30. Then I got out on stage, and there was literally a million people there.
Yeah.
Like the
We've
most
watched the live
I've ever
streams. They're
seen.
packed.
Yeah, the most I've ever seen, and I was like, okay, I'm nervous again. And but it went so well. So right after song 1, I calmed down.
Good. Yeah.
Lolo, I love gatekeeping as much as the next person, but let me just tell you, you belong at Warped Tour,
You do.
okay? Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
fucking,
I
you
appreciate that. You
belong.
really do.
I think you belong. Everyone
Thank you.
does, but of this newer crop, yeah,
Yes,
no.
100%.
I
Yeah,
literally, I
thank
told
you.
one of our friends that I was like, instead of paying these people that I'm not going to mention as the headliners, they should fucking pay half of that, and they should be putting Lolo or Saturdays at Your Place and Hot Mulligan in those spots. Like, make them the
Yes.
headliners of the
make
Warped
them
Tour.
highlight.
Love Hot Mulligan, but yeah,
Mhm.
they definitely should be headlining one day.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
today. Now.
Yeah. They should be.
I will send angry messages in all the announcement videos saying this. Those seem really effective.
They seem
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
good.
effective.
That's good.
Yeah,
Why
Kevin's
aren't
really
you
listening to
booking-
those.
Where's Panic at the Discos?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little bit less nostalgia. I think they're getting to that point slowly but surely. They always have to have the Legacy X. But if, like, in the past they had like
Yeah, I
Eminem
would
there, so like, come on, like it's Warped Tour. It's
Oh my God, bring back Eminem. I
Yeah,
want them
bring
to
it
bring
back.
back Eminem. Let's
Yeah.
start that.
Granddad
Let's
Eminem.
start
Granddad Eminem. Like,
Yeah. Eminem, if you're listening to
Crazy.
this.
if you happen to
Eminem,
be
if you listen to
listening.
this, I love you. Yeah, marry me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
On that note, Amanda, do you have any
More questions?
I feel like that's a perfect place, yeah.
That's a great place. Yeah. No, I have no more questions for you, Lolo, but I am super stoked for the album and for you playing Warped and just everything you have in 2026. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else you come out with this year and what you get to do.
Thank you so much. I'm
welcome.
very excited.
Yes. Congratulations. You're a good
Thank
Canadian
you.
kid.
I try.
This show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators dedicated to keeping the spirit of the scene alive. Our network of creators make social media content, they share music news and reviews, and of course bring you great podcast content. For more information, please visit neveraphasenetwork.com and follow Never a Phase Network on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.